You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 42. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today's episode is the 38th of 60 daily episodes that pair with the videos from Haley's 60-day novel writing challenge. You can watch the first 5 days of the challenge for free on Haley's YouTube channel, and the link to that is in the description. Day 38 of the challenge is about word count. So, word count. Turns out, it's not as important as you might think. Well, yes, we are trying to reach 50,000 words in 30 days if you're in the challenge in real time, or even if you're doing NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month for anyone who has never heard of it. Getting caught up in word count can lead to doing your story a disservice in the end. When word count becomes the end-all, be-all metric to measure your writing worthiness against, everyone loses. You lose because you might accidentally inflate your word count with flowery language or unnecessary details, and spend less time being happy with the story itself. The story loses because almost guaranteed you can tell the story with fewer words. That's what copy edits are for. And the reader loses because it takes you that much longer to produce a publishable story. Focusing on word count can stress some writers out, and that's why I recommend trying both word count goals and time commitment goals to see which one works best for you. Not everyone works well under deadlines, so the key is to experiment to find out what fits your personality and your writing style. Now, that all comes mostly from the perspective of me being an overwriter. That means with my engineer brain, I end up writing way more than is necessary for the story because I want to get all the little details and the background info in, and I want to show all the transitions. I have reined myself in on that count since the first draft of book 1, but I'm still an overwriter. For me, it's nice because I have a lot to work with when I get to editing, but it also means that I might end up cutting out scenes that I love, but that don't fit the story itself. The flip side is underwriting, meaning you write less than you really need to tell the story in its full glory. If you're an underwriter, word count goals might seem especially difficult because it will feel like you're puffing up the story when it doesn't need it, only to find out from alpha readers or developmental editors that you really do need to beef up your descriptions, your inner dialogue, or even the plot itself. And that can be just as frustrating as needing to cut a bunch of words. So no matter which side of the fence you land on, remember that word count is nothing more than a guideline and a target, not a rule carved in stone. The other thing I want to mention on this little episode is that when people ask how long your book is, and you answer with word count, they aren't going to understand what that means unless they too are writers. The rough math is around 230 to 250 words per printed page. My books average around 230 words per printed page, and they're both around 60,000 to 62,000 words. That's going to be a different page count than what shows up in Microsoft Word. In Word, my books are around 250 pages, but when they're actually printed and bound, they're just over 300. Page count will depend entirely on your font size, your trim size, your formatting layout, and your word count. So really, a rough guesstimate will satisfy. That's it for this companion episode to word count. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 39. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-day novel writing challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.